Hey everyone, this is Alease Michelle, your online marketing and branding coach, and I want to welcome you today to my audio live. And today is all about coaching business 101. And I'm going to share with you my 5 lessons that I've learned when I started my coaching business that other coaches don't tell you. Okay. All right. So I hope you're ready. I'm going to share some of my 5 little nuggets that I found out when I started my coaching program that, people just don't share. Not because they are trying to hide anything. It's just that you just don't talk about it. And so I knew that, I know only way you would probably get this information out of me is if we had a one-on-one coaching session and we were just talking, shooting the girlfriend kind of thing. Would I share this? So I thought, don't hold this back. Other people need to hear this too. So that's why today I am sharing with you my 5 lessons that I've learned when I started my coaching business that other coaches just don't tell you. Okay. So before I get into the content, I want to make sure that you guys hit the share button. Just hit the share button off to your that will be your left hand side. Hit the share button. And sharing is caring, and I really appreciate that. There are so many people out there who are interested in getting into the coaching business. So you are helping spread the word so that they can have their dreams come true, just like you can have yours come true. All right. So I'm going to do some sharing myself right now. So if I'm asking you to share, I need to make sure I'm sharing too. All right. So guys, today, before again, I get into the content, today has been such a gloomy day here in South Carolina. It's been a little rainy and cloudy. So guess what happens when I have those type of days, those cloudy days, rainy, I get so much work done. And with that said, I've got a new program coming up. I got a new program that launched, and then I got a program that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff. But I got a program that just launched, and it's called Get 3 Paying Clients in 10 Days. Okay. It literally covers exactly my client attraction system on how I was able to get clients. And I still use this system. Okay. I still use this system to get clients, but you can get it too in the 3 Paying Clients in 10 days, where I take you step by step through the system within 10 days. And you can go get that at aleasemichelle.com/3 clients, right? Okay, so I got that out the way. Let's get into today's content. I'm going to share with you the 5 lessons I've learned when I started my coaching business that other coaches just won't tell you. And it's not because they won't tell you because they're trying to hide stuff from you and be on the sneak tip. No, that is not the case. It just slips your mind. Okay. You're doing your business and you're doing you, and it just comes up and just, as you're talking with people. Okay. So I put them all together. So I don't want you to feel like this is a secret. I'm just going to give you the 411. Okay. All right. So number 1 of the critical concepts of coaching that you need to understand is that when people hire you to coach them, they're looking for information. Okay, they want you to teach them something. They want you to help them overcome something. But the main thing that they're looking for is transformation. They want to go in your coaching and come out a new person. Okay. And that's what coaching gives someone. They become a new person. Now, for some of you who are health coaches, they're going to be a physical new person, but they're also going to be a mentally new person because they're going to be stronger physically, but they're also going to be stronger mentally. For those of us who are in a business world, it's like the reverse. Okay. We're going to strengthen them, not really reverse, but we're going to strengthen them with their mind. We're going to teach them all the things that they need to know to get their business up and running. But what we're going to do from them in an emotional stage is to let them know that this is possible, that they're able to do this, that they are champions, that they were born for this, and they're living out their purpose. So when you're coaching people, you definitely want to integrate. You want to definitely share the knowledge so that they can figure out how to do something, or if you're doing it for them. But you want to also make sure that there's a form of transformation happening. Okay. So when that person leaves you, they are a new person, a new title, totally different person. And that person can be a super sufficient business owner. It can be a new, athletic, trainer, whatever that might be. But there has to be some kind of emotional transformation. That person must see themselves as another person or a new person. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, you have to get used to speaking up and standing up to what you believe in. And for me, this was really a hard one because I think by nature, a very sweet person. I am not into hurting anyone's feelings, and I'm not a person who is going to always argue with you. That is not even going to happen. Even the more I become, the more people I coach, I'm just not going to argue with you. But I am going to stand my ground on things that I feel like work. And I do know when I do coach people that they get a little uncomfortable with some of the suggestions that I offer because it is pushing them out of their comfort zone. But I am also a coach who is very interested in transformation. And the only way that I can get transformation to happen for my clients is that I must push them outside of their comfort zone. And for me to be a better coach, I had to literally continue to push myself out of my comfort zone because I can't expect for people to make changes in their business and how they do business and the way they think about business if I don't make changes on things that scare me or that I, typically don't believe or wouldn't use because it just didn't feel like me. So you have to speak up and share what your thoughts are, and you have to stand your ground. And yesterday I was talking to a client and I literally had to do that. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to be honest with you and share this bit of information about the difference between a new coach and the old school coach. Okay. And the old school coach was taught this and you do this, or the old way of doing business. Okay. And not saying that the old way of business, there are some aspects of the old way of doing business that we still use. But when you're not comfortable with online, you just assume that the old way still works, and it's not. So I had to really just tell her that doesn't work anymore. Doing brochures and all that kind of stuff is out the window. And this is the way you stand out and get noticed, and then that you become a thought leader. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. But yes, you must speak up and stand up for what you believe in. You must speak up and stand up out and share with people what you know works and what doesn't work. Okay. And be okay with, saying, hey, I don't have any alternatives for you because this is what I've done. This is what has worked for my clients, and this is what has worked for me. All right. So I've gotten that out of the way. You definitely want to make sure there's transformation in your coaching. And you also want to make sure you're speaking up and standing up for what you believe in. Number three is you want to engage in as much as you possibly can. And this is essential. Okay. I was looking for the words that I was looking for, is that you must engage in online marketing and social media endeavors. And I know I say that all the time, but it's essential to become a savvy online marketer. You can be the best coach in the world. You could be a multi-million-dollar earner doing what you're doing. But if no one knows about you, then you just regular old chick coaching people, or a regular old dude just coaching people and not making the potential money that you can make without using online marketing. Okay. It is going to leverage what you're already doing. Again, I don't have any problems with people going to networking events, but you know what? I just think networking events means that I'm only reaching a small amount of people. I'm only staying local. But when I have an opportunity to go online, I have the potential of connecting with a larger audience. Okay. I mentioned, I think in my yesterday's, call that I literally have client in Trinidad. I've had a client in Africa. Of course, I have them in all different states, Missouri, Texas, California. But guys, I could not have done that with just going to local networking events. Okay. So that's that old way of thinking. That's that old mentality of doing business. Becoming a savvy online marketer, and you're going to see your coaching business grow. All right. So that's number 3. Number four is that you must run your coaching business like it's a real business. And I think this one can really hit home for a lot of us, because when you start to coach, you sort of you don't realize that you are coaching until you realize that you can make this out of a business. Typically, you start to coach when people call you and they're like, oh, I got this problem. Or they're always coming to you for the same thing. And you realize like, woo, I could be getting paid for this advice. I could start my own coaching business. And then we jump right into it, which I love. I love when people just jump into things, feet first, head first, whatever the saying is. But as you are building this plane, as you are flying, you also need to think about the business concepts or aspects of running a business, because your coaching business is a real business. And so there are some things that need to be taken care of. Paperwork. As you start to get more clients, I would strongly suggest that you have a separate account, a business account and a personal account, because when it comes time to do your taxes, the tax man doesn't like that you have your business and your personal monies all together. They like to see that separated. So start to research a really good business bank account so that you can start separating your accounts. I also recommend that you have different ways for people to pay you, different payment options, different ways that they can send you money. So don't always be accepting cash or check. Make sure people have a way that they can swipe their card. Square and PayPal makes this so easy. And again, as your business grows, then you start to get the licenses that you need to get, your LLC, if you want to get that done. If you're going to start selling retail products, get your sales license. All of those things come as you go. I do not suggest that you get all of this stuff right then and there, before you start getting clients, because I believe, hey, you need to validate your idea and your purpose to ensure that you can bring in the money before we really start to dish out the money to make this a real business. But as you grow, you must treat your coaching business like a business. Have formal paperwork, so when people sign up for your coaching business, that you have a contract. You let them know how the process goes. A lot of that stuff is included when you do decide to either work with me one-on-one. I include those kind of paperwork with you so that you don't have to try to find that on your own or try to come up with that kind of stuff. So again, there is a privilege to working with a coach who has established their business and has been in the business for a very long time to share this kind of information with you. So if that's something that you're interested in and maybe working with me one-on-one, just go ahead and, reach out to me. You can reach me at alease@aleasemichelle.com and just shoot me an email, and we can schedule a free clarity session that we can just talk and hash it out and see how you and I both can work together. Okay. All right. So that was number 4. Number 5 is you need to be a thought leader as well as a coach. And what do I mean by thought leader? One, coaching is helping people, mentoring them, to helping them overcome whatever issues or problem that they're having. But you also need to be seen as a thought leader. And how do you become a thought leader? I'm going to say this, and you guys have heard me say this 1,000 times, and I'm going to continue to say it. It all revolves around content, producing content. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the old days, when there was, magazines before the blog and before the social media. It was like the big thing to be published in a national magazine. And it still sort of is, right? But that's the long way around it, right? You got to send press releases. You got to contact the editor. You got to do all these things to be considered a thought leader. When you can start today being seen as a thought leader, you can write your own articles on your own blogs and start to submit them and share them on all your social media platforms. You can have your own television show by just opening up your computer and talking to it in the webcam and doing a Facebook Live. You can have your own radio show by doing Blog Talk Radio or doing what I am doing right now, which is an audio live stream on Facebook, or starting a podcast. All of these things you can do right now, which you could not have done some years back. I mean, I want to say like 10 years ago, you could never have thought to do this. And it would have been a very, very long process for you to be seen as a thought leader, as the go-to person, as the expert in your niche back in the day. But now that is not the case. Social media, the internet has made starting a business, a coaching business, and being seen as a thought leader a lot easier. Okay. So again, you can implement these things today. You and everyone else in the world has something great to say. You have a purpose, you have a passion, you have a vision that needs to be shared. And so you have to find out what platform works best for you. Is it audio? Is it video? Is it writing? Okay. Is it, well, I just say video, right? So choose one of those three platforms to share your expertise so that you can be seen as an expert as well as a person to hire to help other people to be coached. All right. So those are the 5 lessons I've learned when I started my coaching business that other coaches won't tell you. And again, it's not because they don't want to tell you, it's that it's just part of our everyday life of being a coach. So now you know those 5 lessons. I've shared them. You don't have to make those type of mistakes that I've did. Now you know you have a game plan. I've given you 5 steps to a game plan so that you can stand out and start getting those clients. Okay. So don't forget, guys, you still can pick up the 3 paying clients in 10 days. It is still available for you to get. All you got to go to aleasemichelle.com/3 clients. All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's audio live stream. I need to come up with a name for my show, right? So if you guys are listening to this, give me a suggestion of what I should name the audio show. I do my Facebook lives, my videos. I call those live with Alease. So I need a suggestion for a name for this one right now. Okay. So if you have any, just put them in the comment section and we'll see which one I like and I will use it. All right. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me and I will talk to you tomorrow. I have some more to share with you with Coaching Business 101. All right, guys, have a great day and I'll talk to you tomorrow.